Oh, David Wagner's substitutions are going to cost Norwich City a playoff position. Let's get the views of that from Dominic and Alfie. Good evening to you both. How are you?
Evening, good, thanks.
Okay,
Evening,
Alfie.
mate. How are you?
Yeah, we're good, thank you. So QPR 2, Norwich City 2. Let's get your views on that game, and let's preview the game against Cardiff this weekend. And we're also going to talk about Wagner and whether or not substitutions are just not being made quick enough and well enough. Let's start with you, Dominic. What was your view of the QPR game?
Yeah, obviously, very disappointed to be from a winning position to get a draw against a team that, quite frankly, are going to get relegated. That's not what Norwich should be about. If we're looking at, fifth or sixth position, those are the sort of teams that we should be beating. So we were winning, and we, drew, which is 2 points lost. It was a poor defensive performance. They didn't stop the cross that led to the QPR goal, and that seems to be a trend. If you remember the Leeds game when Bamford scored against us, that was again a cross that should have been stopped, and it seems to be how the opposition are scoring. So very disappointing. People, Norwich fans will say, "Oh, we're lucky to get a point when we were losing," but that's not the way you should look at it. If football's a sport, you should be competitive and you should be looking to win the games. And certainly against QPR, with all due respect to them, if we're looking to get promoted, they're the sort of games we should be winning. So it was really, really poor, and that is the general feeling amongst Norwich fans that we should be winning those sort of games. And Wagner basically cocked it up.
Yeah, Alfie. Lots of people have been messaging saying, the substitutions weren't good. So taking Sargent off, for example, changed the whole momentum of that game. Would you agree with that?
Well, yeah, obviously we're 1-0 down first half, and then second half we come out, we look different, look like we had a bit more about us. Second half, more intensity, moving the ball better. Obviously, we bring it back to 2-1. You're thinking there's still 30, 35 minutes left. Just keep going, get the third one against a team like QPR, seal it off. Then that'll be it. But he kind of took the foot off the gas and thought 2-1 up. We're going to play more defensive. Took Sargent off, left Barnes up there, and we just looked a bit more lost. QPR, we let him back into it. Got their fans back on their behalf, and yeah, I believe in a championship, if you've got 30, 35 minutes left, you're 2-1 up, especially against a team like QPR. Got one of the worst home forms in the league. You just keep going for that third one, and if you keep players like Sargent on the pitch, they're more than capable of getting that third goal. But he has just took the foot off the gas and paid the price, really.
Yeah, you don't win the league, Dom, do you, with timidity? So, I mean, why did he leave Barnes on? I mean, he definitely hasn't got 90 minutes on, has he? I mean, even I know that, and I don't watch Norwich week in, like you two do.
I mean, he's dinosaur, Barnes. He played well the other game against, I can't remember who it was, previous game. But, yeah, like you say, he's not got 90 minutes in him. He can't play as a single striker up front by himself, and that massively showed. And he was so isolated. It's like we were playing with 10 men, which in actual fact we were when Johnny Rowe got injured and had to come off as a substitute. So we finished the game with 10 men. Yeah.
Alfie, last week we were talking about signings, and we mentioned Van Hooijdonk, and what he could give you. And yet, if I was asking you, obviously, to rate his performance, then we're just sat watching him on the bench for 90 minutes. Why is he not using the new signing?
I've got no clue. The only highlight I saw of him all game was at half time when he slipped over in front of me in the warm up. But I don't know. All the fans, you thought Barnes stayed up there. All the fans are thinking, why don't you bring him on in the away end? You could hear it. Everyone saying, why can't you bring him on? Especially with Barnes, obviously he said he ain't got 90 in him at his age, but it was the perfect time for him. If you're going to bring Sargent off, which I didn't think was a great idea in the first place, and I think every Norwich fan would agree, you've got to at least bring Hooijdonk on, who is this backup striker, really, ain't you? But Barnes, he can't. I feel like he does combine with Sargent well, but he doesn't play as a whole like a number 9 by himself well. He's more of a link-up player because obviously he isn't as mobile now, and he won't be pressing down and beating a player of pace. He will just be there to hold it up, play smartly, link with players. But now I don't know why he didn't come on. I think a lot of Norwich fans were frustrated why he didn't, especially because it's just alone. Obviously, there is a buy option there, but you want to see enough of him, and we are coming to that stage of the season now where you do want to see him to see what he's made of, to see whether we do want to buy him or not. Okay. But there is still a game left, obviously. But
Dom, you've got 3 games left of February now. We're recording this before the Watford game, but you're playing 3 teams which can't score many goals. Watford aren't scoring at the moment. Cardiff, which you're going to play this Saturday, can't score and can't defend, and Blackburn, who knows what will come with the new manager, but also haven't been scoring. So this is potentially the time now to get 9 points, usurp Coventry, and then go into March and don't relinquish that position. For what you've seen so far, is that possible?
It's anyone's guess. They're so inconsistent. I mean, we played well against Coventry. Hoydonk, everyone's talking about him being the silver bullet, to our season, but he hasn't scored all season in Italy, and I'm really not convinced that he's going to be this silver bullet, and revolutionise our season. He's playing off his dad's name, and he's clearly not fancied by Wagner to come on. In answer to your question, how many points will we get? Watford tomorrow night, Cardiff and Blackburn, all difficult games. Watford are our bogey team. That's going to be difficult. I wouldn't think we'll win that game. A draw possibly. Cardiff, we beat them 3-2, I think, last time. Again, I don't think we're good enough in defence there, so a draw there. So I'd say 3 points out of 9.
Yeah, Alfie, as Dom said, you did beat Cardiff in Cardiff earlier this year, 3-2. Your score prediction for this weekend? Do you see them doing the double over them? They aren't playing well at the moment.
Yeah, I do think we will win on Saturday, and I think we will win against Watford tomorrow as well, because I think our home form is pretty decent. It's just that, like Dom said, the inconsistency. Like, I think we will win at Cardiff. We will win against Cardiff. We'll have, I don't know, because against some of the lower teams, you don't sometimes play as well. But I think we might win 1-0 on Saturday. But then I think we'll slip up at Blackburn and lose there, because that inconsistency does show, especially in our defence.
Yeah, and Blackburn did a number on you at Carrow Road as well. I remember watching that one. Yeah. Okay, all right, then. Enjoy the game this weekend, Dom. Final prediction from you then. The Norwich against Cardiff. Your prediction from you, Dom?
Yeah, I'll go 2-2.
Okay. And Alfie, sorry, you went with?
I went with 1-0 Norwich.
1-0.
All right, Sergeant to score, header.
Okay, all right. Well, if you're a Norwich fan, please comment below and predict the scoreline, and let us know what your thoughts on Wagner's substitutions are. Please don't swear. We're a family. We're a family channel. All right. Thank you both. See you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye bye.